Hello everyone and welcome to another video tutorial. Today we're going to look at how to find the area of a circle. So let's take a look at how we can find this. So to start off with, we need to understand the difference between area and circumference. So what I mean by area is the space that you have inside a circle. So in our case, let's take a look at the yellow circle, and the space inside that I want to find is all of that inside here. Okay, so this is the space that I'm trying to figure out, all the yellow space basically that I'm covering right now. And to find this area we have to remember one formula, which is area is equal to pi times r squared. Pi is a special Greek letter that we use to represent a special number, and it's equal to 3.142, and r is basically the radius of our circle. So all we have to do now is take a look at our circle and ask ourselves, what is the radius of the circle? And as you can see here, the radius of our circle is 10 centimeters. So we're going to go ahead and use this number and substitute it into this equation here to find the area. So some people might be confused with the keyword substitutes. I want you to think about football players. When a football player gets substituted by another football player, we're changing one for the other. So we're going to do exactly the same thing here. We're going to change the radius with the 10. So this is what we end up with. Area is equal to pi times 10, and we need to make sure we square it, which means that we're going to multiply 10 by itself twice. And next what we can do is change the pi into 3.142, so 3.142 times 10 squared. We agreed that it's the same thing as doing 10 times 10. And at this point you can take your calculator and figure out the answer. So the area So let's take a calculator. So the area is going to be 3.142 times 10 times 10. And that gives us 314.2. Okay, I hope that helps. Now what you can do is just pause this video and take the notes in your exercise book, if that helps. Now the next example I'm going to show you is when you have a circle, this black one here, and instead of having the radius you have a diameter. What do you do if you have the diameter given to you? Again, we're going to go through the same steps, and I'm going to erase my calculation from before. So if you have the diameter, so in our case the diameter is 4 centimeters, and I want to find the radius. Well, the radius is half of the diameter. The radius is equal to half of diameter, and you can easily find this because 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2 centimeters, and that's what we need. So whenever you have a diameter given to you, always divide it by 2 to find the radius. So again, we're going to recall the formula. Area is equal to pi times r squared. We know pi is equal to 3.142. We know r, in our case, is equal to 2 centimeters, not 4, because the 4 is the diameter. So what we need to do is half it. So r is equal to 2. Now we're going to substitute what we know into our formula. So we're going to say a is equal to 3.142 times r squared, and I know r is equal to 2, so I'm going to do 2 times 2, because squared means multiplying the number by itself twice. And now I'm going to take my calculator and work out the answer. So let's go ahead and do that. So I need to do 3.142 times 2 times, oopsie, I made a mistake. So 3.142 times 2 times 2. And there's my answer. 12.568. If I want to round this answer to one decimal place, it would become 12.57. And finally, I'm going to write down the unit, and the unit for area is going to be centimeters squared. And you might have noticed that I didn't write the units in the previous example, and that's a mistake that a lot of people make. So make sure you don't forget the unit. In our case, it's going to be centimeters squared, because the unit here is in centimeters, and we always have to put a square when we are working out the area. Well guys, I hope that really helped, and I shall catch you soon in another video tutorial. Take care, bye bye.